What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna do a little bit of surgery on Vanessa. That's right, that's a 2003 Honda Odyssey that was donated to us. So she has had some transmission issues. It's been shifting kind of weird. I went and changed the fluid, and I've been driving the piss out of Vanessa. I use her every day. I drive her as like a truck, but the transmission slowly is just getting worse and worse. And yesterday I think one of the lock solenoids finally gave out. So luckily I had already ordered some of this stuff, figuring, you know what, let's get some of the parts. They're not very expensive. So I picked up the shift solenoids, picked up a transmission torque converter lock solenoid, and while I was there, I figured go ahead and put new plugs and coils. So I'll show you some of the stuff I picked up for her right now. Of course, nothing but the best, made in China. We got here our top shift solenoid, and I believe this is also a this one's also for the torque converter, but I don't remember because it might be the secondary. Again, fairly new stuff to me. I never do automatic stuff, but here's the first. And again, these parts weren't very expensive. Of course, picked them up from Amazon for the low. What we got here on this one here? Well, same thing. This is the other one. Other secondary solenoids. There are some other solenoids I didn't bother with. These were the two main ones. Control the torque converter locking. I can't remember which is which. I'll look it up later. And then, of course, here's our coils. I picked up a whole set of 6 coils just to make sure. She has been having some other issues. Fuel pump, I believe, was going out on it. Probably clogged from sitting for so long. So I got a new fuel pump on the way. It will not be here for a few days. Luckily, they're really easy to change. Pull one of the seats right out on clips, and then little access plates right there. You don't have to get under the vehicle, no climbing, nothing like that. Stupid easy. So thankfully, you know, now we're just waiting for that to come in. It's supposed to be here in about another 3-4 days. But we do have this stuff here now. And right here, it's actually for later on. I'm not going to open it up. It is a set of fog lights for the van. Although she has pretty new headlights on there and they're clear, it gets hard to see sometimes. Maybe I'm getting old. I don't know. But picked up a set of fog lights, again, for the low. And they go right on the OEM bumper, so it should look pretty good. But yeah. Now, she's been sitting around for a long time. It's super dirty in there. I did already pressure wash this thing a couple times in the engine bay, but we still have a lot of stuff. Squirrels, rats, whatever has been living in there. You can see it's pretty filthy. Battery normally sits right here. Got rid of that right now, but I need to get all the way in here, up in there, and up that way somewhere. So, and of course the coils go right along here, so they're pretty easy. I'll go ahead and get started on that. Take some of that apart. I'm not going to bore you with a lot of it. I'm going to just jump in and out as easy as it is, because I got to take my time. There's only so much I can do. All right, guys, back in a minute. My buddy Jimmy came by, and he's actually giving me a hand with this thing real quick. We got the first one on here now. So you can see on the top here, I should have filmed it earlier after I took the battery tray out. Maybe you see an earlier clip, but yeah, this guy right here has been replaced. I'll get this one way down here, has to be changed out. So give me a hand with that, and then we'll be right back. Just gonna show you real quick what the old solenoid looked like. And although it had a lot of stuff caked up on the top, the inside really didn't look too horrible. You know, I didn't go through and test it, but you can see it really wasn't that much of anything in there. This was, sorry. That was everything else looked good. The screen inside looked good. The screen on the tubes looked pretty good. So could be a failure on the solenoid. Again, next one's going to be that one right down here on the bottom. That's got to go. As you can see, it is currently removed. I actually sprayed it down a little bit, get some of the gunk off of there, cleaned the holes there. Go ahead and show you what it looked like before. This guy right here, look at all that gunk that was in there. Completely, I bet you this solenoid's still good, but look at that. That strainer right there, as clogged as it is, that would have kept it from shifting, locking the torque converter, keeping pressure where it's not supposed to. I bet you that solenoid's still good, but I do have another one, so we're gonna go ahead and replace that. And I apologize for the noise. Like I said, we're getting a little bit of work done at the house. Getting some fiber ran out here. So
so I can try to upload some stuff quicker for you guys. There's the new one right there. There's the old one, all clogged up and gunked up. That little strainer right there. I probably could have just ordered the gasket by itself with the strainer if the solenoid was good, but I didn't want to chance it, so screw it. They weren't very expensive, got the whole thing. There they are, both are installed. Now we just need to go ahead and get the battery tray back on here, put the battery on, give it a shot, see what happens. Maybe we get it to shift normal and do what we're supposed to do. All right, we got the solenoids back on, got the battery tray back on here. But before I put the battery back on and test it all, I do need to go ahead and replace the spark plugs. And I'm gonna go ahead and put those new coils that I picked up as well. So let's go ahead and get that. I got a set of NGK V-powers that are going to go in there, and I got a set of Chinesium coils, and we'll see how those guys work for us. Hopefully that's going to take care of some of the stuttering, but I do know she is due for a fuel pump, and again, still waiting for that to come in. But for now, go and get this general maintenance stuff done and out of the way. Whoa, look at that. Well, that's no bueno. That spark plug coil covered up in oil like that, that'll actually cause you to misfire, just like if you had water in that spark plug tube. So I'm actually going to try to clean that up a little bit. Some of it's going to go into the engine, no big deal. We'll burn it off. But that lets me know that we're going to have to do valve covers and spark plug tube seals on this thing eventually. Vanessa's not getting everything in one shot. She's got to earn it. So, but for now, we're just going to clean that up, throw new plugs in it. I might actually hold on to the coils. I'm going to use these, keep using these coils. I don't think they're bad. These smart coils are actually pretty, they don't go bad as often as people think. So I might keep these OEM ones. I know they're better than the aftermarket ones that I bought, better quality at least, and I'll just leave them on there, and I'll probably save those other ones for another project. All right, I was trying to get the third spark plug out, and I forgot that middle one that was caked in oil. The boot plug that goes on the bottom stayed inside. See, it's supposed to look like this, and that boot stayed in there. So what I did is I used the old coat hanger, made me a little tiny hook, started playing with it, dug around until I was able to finally snatch it and pull it out of there. But man, that thing is caked up. Now I can go ahead and pull that spark plug out. Now when this is done, it is going to drop all that oil that's in here back into the cylinder, and it's gonna smoke, but that's okay. See how much oil there is in there? But again, just a little bit of oil, not a big deal. Whew, there's a lot of oil in there, but that's the first 3 plugs right there, and they were pretty corroded. They got some age on them for sure. That middle one, like I said, that could have been fouling out, give us all kinds of weird issues. We're gonna go ahead and put all those in brand new. All right guys, went ahead and replaced the spark plugs on the very front part of the engine. Replaced only one of the coils, reason being that was the one that was soaked in oil, and like I said, it's also a conductor. Oil can be a conductor, so it could have damaged that the coil and give me the intermittent misfires, things like that. So I said, you know what, I have those 6 brand new, so I'm just going to replace the one that I knew would possibly have a fault, and that also had that broken boot. So just show you here, got to put back on. Got there's that brand new one. And because I know I have to change this valve cover eventually, because spark plug tube seals are leaking inside, to try to eliminate some of that oil going back in here again to damage it, I packed the ring on the inside here. See that groove right? See that whole groove right here? On the new one, I packed it full of dielectric grease. That way when I put it in there, it helps keep that oil from running down the spark plug tube. So, till I get ready one day to get a hand and be able to replace all this. There's only so much I can do sometimes. So, that's it right there. Got the ones in the back to do. It's the same process. Pull the coil, pull the plug, put the new plug, replace the coil. Very simple. All right, get this wrapped up, get the back side done, put the battery in, and see if she starts. All right, spark plugs in the back are done. Coils are on there. I'm gonna throw all the covers back on. Make it look like a car again. Bam. All right, battery's on. Hell, let's see what happens. So, still got the transmission control light on. Let's see what we get here. Powertrain DTCs or freeze frame data present stored. Okay, so it's going to just clear everything out, all these old codes. See if it will clear. Alright, we're going to start it up, cycle through the key, go through all that good stuff. Sweet. And just to make sure. All right. Oh shit. Looks like I got reverse, but I'm also downhill, so let's see. Well, torque converter's not locking up and shutting off the engine. And I got forward motion. Alright, well, hell, let's go take a little test drive and see how it does. Now, I know for a fact we still have our fueling issue, which causes a problem and stuttering, stuff like that. We're just waiting on that fuel pump. I know the fuel pump is just done. It's old. It's 2003. We're 2023. What's that tell you? So yeah, As soon as that comes in, we'll get it replaced. But for now, let's go take a little test drive, see what happens. All right, got it all put together. It does run better. It's definitely not locking up the torque converter, but we still have that issue with the fuel pump that has to be addressed. So I'm lacking power there. That's where you saw a lot of that stuttering and stuff. I had to come inside. It got way too hot, take a shower, and it was too much. Anyway, but it is driving at least. It's not like before it was just stuck. So we're gonna leave it at that. When more parts come in, we'll go ahead and throw it at her, get that stutter taken care of, and walk away. Other than that, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. And as usual, you already know the drill. Hit that like and subscribe button for me.